Hello everyone, my name is Ayushi. I'm currently interning under Lexis and Company. So today I'm going to discuss about the topic child trafficking and the recent judgment that is given by the Supreme Court. So what does the child trafficking literally means? It means that transporting of a child from one place to another place by the illegal for the illegal works, that is child exploitations. The child they are convinced because of their poverty, because of their unemployment, the religious, because of their child marriage, because of migration and all issues. The women and children are subject to the human trafficking. They are in India. It is a large number of people which can be seen who is doing this illegal work. As we can see, as the data which says that every minute a child is being trafficked, every minute a child is being uh, uh, transported from one place to another place for the illegal work. So basically, there are the many legislation which is provided by the India for to stop this trafficking, to penalize this child trafficking, human trafficking. That is Article 23, which says the protection against the exploitation that prohibits the traffic in humans and beggar, which makes the practice punishable under law. Article 24, which protects the children below age 14 from the working in factories, mines, or other hazardous for unemployment. As Indian Penal Code also sets out the 25 provision for the trafficking. That is a examples of Section 336A, which says the including any minor girl under the age of 18 year good any such place with intent to force and seduce illicit intercourse with another person shall be punishable offence. Section 366b, section 374 a, which punishes the person who is unlawfully compels any person to labor against his will. There is an Immoral Traffic Prevention Act 1956, which is the primary legislation for prevention of sexual exploitation of women and girls. There is a Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986, which specifies the age and certain the specified occupation. Also imposes a punishment for the employment of minor children. There is the Information Technology Act 2000, which gives the several sections which where they penalize the transmission of any such material in electronic form which is the inappropriate and lascivious, that is the section 67a, section 68b, which punishes publication of material depicting children in sexual explicit. There is another legislation with the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2000, which gives the laws which gives the laws for trafficking. There is a Karnataka Devadasi Prohibition of Dedication Act 1982. There is another legislation, Andhra Pradesh Devadasi Prohibiting Dedication Act 1989. There is the Goa Children's Act 2003. So there is also many international convention which protect the children abuse, children trafficking. So there is a recent case the recent case which is came up which is came up where the judge says that it which provide the guidelines for the sexual trafficking, where in the case of Rishi Rajnath Prasad versus State of Maharashtra, where the Bombay High Court refused to quash FIR on a child trafficking case and observed that despite of settlement issues between the complainant and the accused, there is a heinous offence that has happened. So continue to leaping in view that overriding principle of public interest is punishing the offender. And even says that while exercising the power under section 482 of the code to quash the criminal proceeding in respect of non-compoundable offences which are private in nature and do not have a serious impact on society, on the ground that there is a settlement compromise between the victim and the offender, the High Court is required to consider the attendees of the accused, whether whether the accused was absconding and why he was absconding, how he had managed with the complainant to enter a compromises, etc. Here the judges issues the guideline regarding the quashing of a criminal proceeding on the ground of compromise between the parties. Here the two-judge bench of the apparent conflict between the two decisions of the court in the case of Narendra Singh. So, despite of the settlement that is issued between the husband and wife, there is a heinous crime that has happened for the girl. Despite of that, seeing that the FIR has to be taken back, but the court says, despite of that fact, the settlement has went, but there is an heinous crime that has happened and that need to be justified.